one drone.
2 health.
Barely living to mine another day. You know, this
Wow, he definitely likes the drone war. He's up 8 drones.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he does, man.
Now, why is that? I mean, what do you think Callus is thinking or doing? I mean, his minerals are down. I mean, it looks like he's droning now. He's starting to catch back up, but he was still down there. I mean, he's behind as far as that goes, right?
Well, you'll notice that well, I mean, it's just not a good. It's not an easy question to answer. You know, the higher.
Because he's playing revenge and not me.
Yeah, you know, he's playing against a higher level player that he respects and he's probably a little scared of. So he's going to play a little safe, and he's going to be a little careful. And looks like he's going to pick off a drone or two here. And actually going to take the lead in terms of drones. But I mean, because of that, you know, like if you're playing against Idra, you know, well, that's a bad example. If you're playing against cats.
Alt F4. Okay, go ahead.
Well, but if you're playing against cats, you're going to be playing as safe as you possibly can because he's got a reputation for doing crazy shit, and he's a great player. So you're going to show him as much respect.
And being good at that crazy shit too.
Yeah, so you're not going to, you know, drone like a madman. You're going to get, you know, 6 lings when you might not necessarily want to, just because you want to be a little bit more safe. You know, so that's one reason. But I mean, Callus is being, you know, he's being very brazen. He's droning very hard.
So one's got double Evo and one's got 1 Evo.
Mm-hmm.
One's got layer done, one's just finishing layer.
Oh, they both have double Evo. Revenge's second Evo is at the natural. Functioning as part of a wall.
Oh, okay, yeah, I missed that one.
It's not actually researching right now. Supplies are pretty close. Revenge 5 drones ahead. And a few roaches ahead. And that's actually an offshoot of the fact that 1, he didn't start that upgrade until just now, and 2, he had more drones mining longer. And that mining time is very very tangible. You can definitely feel it. Notice how
you're saying why he's up 5 drones?
Yep. Notice how the minerals are kind of stacking up on Callus's side of the map. We talked about this when you were playing.
Is that resources tab? Okay.
Yeah. Or you can just click on his stuff and look in the top right. You know.
Oh, right. I meant to see them side by side.
When you're playing ZvZ, you're going to have more minerals than you might be accustomed to having off of 2 base. So you have to get a 3rd hatchery down. Revenge took that 3rd hatch. He put it at his 3rd base. Callus hasn't had it yet, and you see basically a 300 mineral disparity because he hasn't spent that money and Revenge has. And Revenge is just macroing beautifully right now. Notice the mineral to gas ratio. It's almost 1 to 1.
He's got 4 gas. This would be a good replay to watch over and over and dream about.
Dream about macroing that effectively?
Well, yes. I mean, here we are at the 10-minute mark. I'm just not here yet. The majority of my games don't get to this whole, where both are kind of sit back and macroing. Usually about this time in my game, I get, hey, that was half full.
Revenge, the little smack talk out. Haven't missed an inject yet. Hope you haven't either. Callus looks like he has in fact missed 1 injection.
And a lot of my games generally by this mark is when I have
the
6 or 7 meters come at me, or half a dozen tanks or banshees or something.
Let's talk about something important real quick. Callus has gone for tunneling claws, and this is the kind of cute thing. He got burrow, he got tunneling claws, and he's going to march across the map with these burrowed roaches.
It takes forever.
It takes forever, and it may or may not be effective. But just look at the difference that this tech investment makes in their army sizes. Revenge has 43 roaches. It's 10 more roaches than Callus. If they were to fight in a heads-up battle, it would be so one-sided it wouldn't even be wouldn't even be funny. It would be retarded.
And now he's going to lose a shit ton of them because right as he burrowed, I think Revenge saw it with one of his overlords, so he morphed an overseer immediately. And he's about ready to lose half his army and then probably the game.
Oh dear. It's about to be a bad day, Mr. Callus.
Yeah.
Why are you going into the natural?
Oh no.
Change of plans. Redirect.
Revenge saw it like, oh shit, it's on.
And you know, this is
I love punting the claws.
What we're seeing right here is, I mean, Callus is a good player. He's a master level player. Revenge is a pro level player. And you can see it. You can see it in his macro. His macro is impeccable. He's giving chase. He's pursuing, and he's still not missing injects. If you look at his queen in his natural, it has 9 energy, and it just injected. The queen in his main has 3 energy, and it just injected. We're 13 minutes into the game. You know, he's got a huge unit advantage. His spine crawler could tip things one way or the other if Callus would engage with better positioning.
1-1
Yep. But Revenge just has the unit advantage. He has twice as many roaches, so there's no chance for Callus to hold this, and this is going to be the end of the game.
Yeah.
And if there's a lesson to be learned here, it's, you know, this is the effect of good macro. As close as that game was for the fight to end and it to be this one-sided, it's saying something.
So I'm gonna have to watch this replay. I'm gonna see how many injects and units came from the third. When he took the third.
But Revenge just injected again. 2 energy on his queen, and that injection goes. So. Anyway, nice game.
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just beautiful macro, man. Absolutely beautiful macro. And that's what you get when you're a pro player, you know. He probably spends hours a day just working on his mechanics. So.
How would he do that?
You go into a game with a computer and you max out, and at the end of it, you see how much energy your queens have, and you say, okay, that's not bad. I'm happy with this. Or you say, fuck, I have 8 energy on my queen. That's unacceptable, and you do it again. Just over and over and over.
Yeah, maybe that might be beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many
well.
ways that you can, if you really want to get serious about improvement. I mean, if you're just playing a little bit casually, wanting to hit Diamond League or Master League, you know, then you don't have to be anal about stuff like that. But if you want to play at the very top level, then those are the kinds of things you have to do. You have to master those timings through the first 8 minutes, and then through the first 12 minutes, and then through the first 16 minutes, and then through the last 16 minutes in a 2-hour game. You know, you just got to know. You just got to know it all. So, anyways, we have about 10 more minutes. Would you like to play one more game, or are you feeling burnt? You just want to take some questions, or what? How you want to spend this last 10 minutes?
I have no idea. I don't think that. I don't know if you or any other guys want to play. I would love to observe if that's the case. I think at the moment I would definitely like to relax and more absorb.
In more absorbent fashion.
And maybe ask some questions.
All right.
I mean, about
is
questions
watching
about
that replay. Callus is I don't know what he's doing. My buddy Gerbil's playing a game. I don't really have anybody to play, and I'll tell you, I'm about ready for a break myself. So let's just kind of shoot the shit for a few minutes before we wrap up. And you know, let me know what you know. There has to be some underlying questions, something in there that you wanna know. Something,
I think I asked a whole bunch of them already.
Similar. Well, you've been asking questions the whole day, which is great. Which is good. Do we learn anything today?
Yes.
No? You were so like hesitant to answer that. Yes, I'm supposed to say yes, so my answer is yes.
Sure. Sure is my other confusing answer.
Okay, well, if you didn't learn anything, what I want you to take away from this, especially from that last game, is just the importance of solid macro. I mean, that was just made perfectly obvious for us. That was amazing, in my opinion, to see perfect injections for 13 minutes. But back to the games that you played. You know, macro was an issue, man. It was an issue constantly, and it wasn't an issue of injecting on time. It was an issue of spending that money. You know,
well, let me. I thought of something, a topic, not really relevant to today's gameplay or game state, but something that I've always been wanting is information to be better displayed on the UI. And I saw I don't know what your thoughts are. I saw a post where someone basically pointed this out, did some screenshots in MS Paint, and put it out there as far as ways to help ZvZ play. And I think by presenting information a little differently and presenting extra things on the user interface.